Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Everyday Survival Gear, and today we're just going to have a quick look at the 3V XHP50.2 by Cree. XHP50 has been around now for a long time, I think maybe since even 2014, 2015, and they released the XHP50.2 maybe end of 2017, and they just released a 3V edition only a few months ago now. So I bought about 4 of them on different size boards. So I decided to put one in my BLF A6. So the A6 is fairly stock. Well, not really stock. It should be about as done up as everyone else's A6. It's got spring bypasses back and front, as you would expect. It's also got, this one's got a tail cap on it, a lit tail cap. And yeah, it's got the same stock BLF A6 driver that it's had in there for years. There it is. That's the original. That's what started it all. There was actually a BLF direct drive before this one, but yeah, this is probably the most famous one that everyone has used or is using. Yeah, so I basically, only thing I really done was I changed the I changed the wires from 24 gauge that came stock on this driver to 20 gauge, just to give it a bit of extra help, see if it performs better. I'm not sure how much it really helped, but yeah. Look at how fat those wires are. And then you got to make sure that the wires fit without touching the reflector also. Yeah, so that's the XHP 50.2 there in 3 volts. Looks the same as all the other XHP 50s. You can see I did slice the dome on mine slightly. It's not even that low. It's just a little bit low. It doesn't even look that straight, does it? So in stock form, in this light, the BLF A6, it's super floody. And I know most of you guys have seen the tree that's at 100 meters at my house. For some reason, in stock form with the XHP 50.2, this light wasn't really making it there. Like, it would make it there, but it was pretty faint. So in stock form with the XPL, it used to make it to the tree at 100 meters very easy. Even a stock S2 Plus with the XML2 makes it there. Not the best, but it does make it there. And for some reason, this wasn't. So even though the die is 50 by 50, or the actual LED size is 50 by 50, the same as the XML2, because of the dome and the whole LED is a little bit bigger and wider than the XML2, it's just so floody. In this beam, it's just so floody. This is a 6500K tint. So yeah, so basically, because I had a couple, I figured I'll take a bit of the dome off and see if it improves it. It didn't really improve the throw that much, but yeah, it also didn't actually lose any output from what I can tell, because I measured it 3,400 lumens with the dome sliced. Basically, it performs pretty much the same or better than this S2 Plus here. This S2 Plus has a luminous SST20s in it, triple, in the 6500K tint. So yeah, I built this one a little while ago now. You can see it's a little bit fancier, different, got a very bright tail cap on it. That's pretty much it. The only other thing to say is this is using a Sophrin driver, because I went pretty cheap with this light. Maximum output I've got from measuring it is like 12 amps. I get about the same from this, 12 amps, maybe 14 amps max. I think I'm kind of limited by using a 18650. So yeah, so as I said before, ceiling bounce test, this actually performs better, the XHP 50.2. So now we'll go down to the park down the road from where I'm staying at, and we'll put them side by side, see how they go. Alright guys, so before we go down to the park and get some beam shots, I figured we'll do the burning sensation test with this BLF A6. I've now got my Samsung 25R in here to give it its best shot. So we all know if you earn a triple that you can pretty much go Bear Grylls on it and start a fire if you need to. But can you do it with a light without optics? That's the question. Will this BLF A6, even though it's got an SMO reflector, will it be able to start a fire? So let's have a look. Well, not on that mode, that's for sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, look at that. Time to burn my girlfriend's parents' house down. Cool. Start a fire. So it does. It performs just as well as a... wow, crap. Burnt the whole way through. I didn't expect that to happen. So it does just as well in his test as a triple. As for holding it in my hand right now after leaving it on for that long, it's actually not too bad, but it is starting to get a tad cooler here in Australia. It's only like 23 degrees in the house Celsius, so not too bad. Now I'm off to the park after I cook dinner. Alright guys, so while I'm at here, I'm just shooting the video for the FT03, and I figured I'll show you guys my BLF A6 that has the XHP50.2 3V in it. So yeah, I've done the reviews pretty much the day after each. So yeah, this is the BLF A6 driver on mode 3, I believe. You guys might not be able to see it too well, but yeah, it is actually really bright here. Like, not bright to where it's a stadium, but bright to where you could easily see stuff on the floor and pick it up. That should be mode 4, mode 5. I could have the modes wrong. Mode 6. And then, no, sorry, that was mode 7. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is the BLF A6 in direct drive using the XHP 50.2. You can see how wide and floody the beam really is. It's absolutely huge. And that tree at the back there is about 70 meters away. You guys might not be able to see it too well, but I can see it pretty clear. It lights up the whole area really good, this torch. Mind you, it does heat up like crazy, but it's already getting really hot. So we will compare it to my triple S2 Plus with the SST20s and see how it does. Alright guys, so this is the S2 Plus with direct drive, the luminous SST20s on its highest mode. You can see it is pretty much just as bright. It kind of appears brighter, but not really, because I think the beam's a lot wider. So the beam on this goes like so. Super wide beam also. But we'll start the A6 up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So A6 here to this side and S2 Plus to this side. So you can see you can't really, like, that's the BLF A6 there, that's the S2 Plus there. So you can't really poke a stick at them really. They're both pretty much the same. S2 Plus again. No, sorry, BLF A6 again. That's the BLF A6. That's the S2 Plus with the triple setup. Both really similar actually. It's pretty hard to tell which one's which actually. Okay, so for my final test, I've got a stock S2 Plus with the 3 amp driver and XBL HI with the smooth reflector and the AR coated glass and whatnot, and we will compare it to the done up BLF A6. On the camera I can hardly see it on, but actually in person it actually does a really good job. It's actually pretty bright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So BLF A6 here, S2 Plus on this side. So you can see the BLF A6 absolutely just drowns it out like crazy, but it is 3.5 times brighter than it, so you would expect that. Output might be dropping on the A6 now because it is really hot. I can barely hold it with my hand. So yeah, I'll turn the S2 Plus off. So yeah, a quick, easy and fairly cheap mod to do to the BLF A6 if you want a bit of extra output. You do lose a bit of throw, but you do gain like a substantial amount of output, which is a bonus, I guess. So yeah, just thought I'd show you guys what it's like. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching guys.